Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the end of March. I hope you're doing well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Aries out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies may reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? All right, Aries, you are starting out with the Seven of Swords reversed. You have the King of Wands and you have the Four of Cups. Ugh. So it looks like something here has been revealed. Either that or you really don't trust somebody based upon their past behavior. I do see though that it looks like something was revealed and now you're in a decision-making mode here about this. I do see you, basically stepping into your power, and yet at the same time, feeling like, this was a hard lesson to learn. There's this energy of looking back at the past, possibly looking at something to do with third-party energy, and I do feel like you're in deep contemplation. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aries energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. We have the Six of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. All right, so the person in your energy, I feel like they've pulled back. They've been looking for answers. There's likely little to no communication. This person is trying to move away from this situation. They feel like there's chaos within the situation. So I do see them moving. For some of you, there could be like a physical move. This person has contemplated this for quite some time. Page of Wands indicates that there could be somebody new in their energy. This could be related to what was revealed or what came out. Let me see the energy between Aries and this person. Show me the energy between Aries and this person. Yeah, the Moon. There's secrets here. There's secrets. So if this person is keeping secrets, you already know them. If this was you that was keeping secrets, this could have been revealed. But there's definitely secrets between you and this person. Let me see. I do see you moving intuitively, and this person is trying to move intuitively as well. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign. Knight of Wands. Yeah, that's an on again, off again. So I don't know if this connection was on and off, on and off. This can also indicate that there's some player energy that's here. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Aries. The Wheel. Yeah, things are turning, things are changing. Things are changing and moving. So it is going to work out for your highest good, even though you may not think that right now. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. This is underlying energy. It does tell me you're studying the situation. You're looking into it. This could also have something to do with either a new person, or this could have something to do with communication, such as a text or some small communication. So let's clarify your reading, Aries. Spirit, why is the Seven of Swords in reverse? Why is the Seven of Swords in reverse for Aries? Yeah, Page of Wands. Now that's in their energy. And the Ace of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, it looks like there was some third-party energy here. Somebody moved, either you or the other person moved towards someone new, and it's ended this connection. There were secrets involved. There was a lack of stability. And so this connection here ended as a result. Let me see why the King of Wands is here. There was definitely deception involved with this, and it involves somebody else involved in the connection. Show me the King of Wands. Yeah, here it is again. Seven of Swords reversed. And the High Priestess in reverse. Those are secrets. The High Priestess is the keeper of secrets. So something definitely got revealed here. I can't tell yet if it was you or the other person, but this connection ended because of, you know, deception that was found out, secrets that were revealed. It ended this connection, but this connection was not stable prior to that either. Let me see the Four of Cups. Show me the Four of Cups for Aries. All right, we have the Devil. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, so this looks almost as if you were the one possibly who had somebody else in your energy. And if it wasn't you, you know, just it's the other person. But I do feel like this was a long-term connection. I also feel like with the Four of Cups, there's a lesson that's been learned here with regard to love, but it was learned in a very difficult way. There's definitely toxic energy that's showing up. Now, you might find that this energy that I'm seeing is the other person, and you could be on this side if the energies have switched, but it does appear that there was toxic energy here with you or with Aries, or this side, let's put it that way. I also do feel that, you know, there could be either close friends or family that is supporting some toxic behaviors. Deceit, maybe other people knew about this, but whatever the secrets were have come out. They've been revealed. So somebody's looking like a player. Let me see this person's energy. Why is the Hermit here? Why is the Hermit here? All right, so we have the Knight of Swords reversed. We have the Two of Swords. And there's that Page of Pentacles, which is in the underlying energy. So there's a choice this person is trying to make. They're going back and forth. Should they reach out? Should they just maintain silence? I do feel like they're indecisive. One day they want to reach out. The next day they don't. There's an indication here that there was an argument that occurred, and that's affecting their decision. There could have been some very harsh, sharp words said. Let me see why the Six of Swords is here, the person in Aries energy. King of Wands reversed, and the World in reverse. So yeah, this person is saying that you were the one who, they're saying you were the one who caused the chaos. You were the one who caused the problems. With the World here in reverse, there's definitely things that this person feels is unresolved between the two of you, but they're trying to, you know, either bring this connection to a more peaceful place, or they're trying to move to a more peaceful place. And for some of you, like I said, they're trying to move physically. I don't see this person actually taking any action towards you, even though I do feel that they go back and forth in their head about wanting to communicate. I do feel that they feel that you've been involved with somebody else. So, because they're clearly stating, you have the King of Wands upright, they have the King of Wands in the reverse. So they're clearly stating that they feel that you had somebody else and it was discovered. So let me see why the Page of Wands is here. There's a lot of mirroring that's going back and forth in the energies between the two of you, but they're opposite. So you're mirroring the same energy, but in opposite. All right, Judgment reversed. We have the King of Pentacles. You could be dealing with another fire sign, which would be another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. We also have earth signs here, which is Virgo, very strong Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And then we have the Hierophant. Yeah, so this is somebody that you were in a solid connection with. They're basically saying, I was in this connection, I was faithful in this connection. You found somebody new, Page of Wands, and they're saying, you know, you used poor judgment in that, and they're saying, no, we can't bring this back together. I do feel like you're still in this connection. If you were married to this person, that's what's unresolved. There's still, you know, attachments here. There are still things unresolved between the two of you. So let me see the Moon. Show me the Moon. right, we have the Star card. We have the Strength card reversed, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. There's an indication that you may have had an affair, or you may have met somebody through your work or at your work. I do feel like you at some point put in some effort to try to heal the connection, to balance things out, and I don't feel that it was successful. This person felt like there was somebody else in your energy for quite some time. I do feel like you might be dealing with somebody who could have a little bit of codependency. So what's happening here is, because of all the secrets, the universe is balancing this out. That's what's occurring. So let me see the Knight of Wands. There was definitely third-party energy revealed. And look at that, the Moon in reverse. See, that's the energy between the two of you, and it's coming out here on, you know, the High Priestess reverse. So things that were hidden have been revealed. It's all over in your energy. And then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So while this person feels like there is a loss here, they're saying, well, it was Aries that created this loss, and they're saying, I have to release Aries. I have to let them go. I thought for a long time there was somebody in their energy. I don't know whether or not I should talk to Aries, because they've really withdrawn, and there's a sense of exposure in your energy. I do feel like there was some off and on energy here between the two of you, but this person is feeling that you were a player. So again, if it's not your energy, if you weren't the one with a third party, just switch the energies, because that does occur sometimes. But according to the cards, there was toxic behavior on your side, and all of that has been exposed. It's created a loss for this person. Now let me see why this Wheel of Fortune is here. Show me the outcome for Aries. Show me the outcome for Aries. So we have the Sun in reverse. We have the Page of Cups reversed. We have the Empress. And we have the Six of Pentacles. And the Chariot reversed. Interesting. All right, so what I'm seeing is that Wheel of Fortune is turning, all right? With, that can be a karmic energy as well. I do feel like there is, if there was someone new, there could be problems within that. There's definitely still emotions here. There's still like emotional attachments, particularly on this person's side. But I also feel like there's a lot of unhappiness that's, you know, accompanying this, which is natural. I mean, there's a sense here of deception. There's a sense here of betrayal. And now it's been all placed out in the open. So of course there's going to be some very strong feelings on both sides. What I'm not seeing is any apologetic energy here. I am seeing with the Empress here, there could be a mother or a baby mama type of energy that's affecting this, because it's coming out on top of the Family card. So somebody could be weighing in, like a family member, even a sister. A strong female presence is here. I do see that there is the energy of somebody giving to more than one situation. It does look like it is on your side, Aries. And I do feel like this has been a harsh lesson to learn. But I also feel like there's a lot of family support as well. But it could be rather toxic. That energy could be rather toxic. Some of you may feel that you've met your divine partner, and it may have gotten started in a toxic manner, but yet you feel that you're moving towards another relationship that is destined for you. But it got started in a toxic manner. Now, in this person's energy, I do see that this person has some stuck energy. They want to move away from the chaos, but there's something here that's unresolved between the two of you that's preventing that. So I do feel like they're unhappy about that. I do feel like, you know, this person is not trying to reconcile with this because of the other energy that is involved. But I also feel like there's some difficulty in actually moving away from this. And it could be just these emotional ties that's still here. It could also be, you know, like it could be something to do with finances or money. But what I'm seeing is that the energy of, and it could also have to do with children, Page of Cups here. So I do feel like there's a lot of unhappiness here. I also feel like this person could be seeking advice or counseling through somebody. It could be a spiritual leader or somebody that they highly respect. But I do feel like they have withdrawn their energy, but there's just definitely unfinished business here. So this looks very messy, if I'm being honest with you. It looks rather messy. However, with the wheel here, it is going to work out in both of your, because that's shared energy. It's going to work out for the best for each of you. And I know that's hard to believe right now because this looks very traumatic, very messy. But what the cards are saying is that that wheel will turn and karmic justice will be meted out. We see that in the shared energy, that the inability to heal this amongst yourselves, that basically the universe is stepping in to bring the balance. And that's where we again see the wheel as well. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands in the reverse. And that does indicate that, you know, there's a sense here of a lack of recognition. There's a sense here of this just not working out, a sense of failure in it. But I do feel like you have strong support, Aries. I feel like this person also has somebody that they're leaning towards for advice. This is just a very difficult situation. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. Let's see if we can get some advice for you. And like I said, if you weren't the one that had the third party, just reverse the energies. All right, for Aries. All right, it says ground yourself. When you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. So there's a need for you to ground yourself in this situation. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Aries. If you have resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Aries, know that you are loved and namaste.